To my black people from all over the world, once again, welcome to Africa Renaissance Show. And my black people, as most of you are aware already, there is a flare-up of violence between Palestine and Israel. And I have come to realize that black people are split down the middle. There are those who are supporting Israel, and there are those who are supporting Palestine. Well, my video today, I'm going to explain the various reasons why I don't sympathize with Palestine in this violence between Palestine and Israel. My black people, some of the biggest atrocities that have been committed on the black people have been committed by Arabs. And if I may give an example, let us start with the slave trade. And it is a fact that Arabs were the biggest enslavers of black people. They came to the African continent, and at the time, they had superior arms. And so they conquered many African communities and took black people as slaves, and they took them to the Middle East. And the main reason why we don't know a lot about the slaves who are taken to the Middle East is because most of the men who are taken as slaves were usually castrated, so that, of course, they could not, give birth, impregnate women. And this is why there are no sizable amount of black people in most of these Arabic or Middle Eastern countries, And that was a long time ago. Even more recently, we have seen various incidences of violence by Arabs against the black people. Like just the other month, there was, an arrest in the country of Morocco. And the police in the country of Morocco assassinated more than 60 black people. And my black people, if we talk about, the slave trade that took place after the year 2011, when, NATO ousted the then president of Libya, who was Muammar Gaddafi. So what happened is that after Gaddafi was ousted as the president of that country, we saw a cycle of violence. And the blacks who are in that country, because when Gaddafi was the president of Libya, the country was very rich, But now what happened is that they started taking black people as slaves, and they even sold black people in the slave market. In fact, if you look on social media platforms, there are videos of Arabs selling black people as slaves in the country of Libya. And whereas I agree that NATO did a mistake by invading Libya at a time when the country was very stable, let us not justify or make excuses for this, shaded type of culture by Arabs, because I don't think, the invasion by NATO of Libya has any connection with taking black people as slaves. I think it is all about, the culture of Arabs, and this is why they took black people as slaves, So we should not try to make any excuses for them. And my black people, just the other day, and I know that most of you remember this incident, the Tunisian president made inflammatory statements, against the black people who are living in that country. Never mind that the population that, was living in Tunisia at the time was insignificant. And this started a cycle of violence against black people. And black people were hunted in all the estates where they were living, And in fact, many African countries were forced to evacuate their citizens from that country, So the other reason why I have no sympathies to Palestine is because in this life, my black people, I think everything should be based on the principle of reciprocity. And what I mean is that, of course, if we support you at a given time, definitely you should also reciprocate and support us at a time when we need your support. But this is not what we see when black people are relating with the Arab world. Yeah? So when the atrocities were committed against the black people in the country of Tunisia, did you see the Arab world condemn, those actions? No, the whole of the Arab world was very silent, yeah, about the atrocities committed against the black people. But now that, Palestine is being attacked by Israel, the Arabs want us to join them in solidarity against, the invasion by Israel. Just the other day, Ethiopians were, migrating to the country of Saudi Arabia by foot. And after crossing the territory of Yemen, these Ethiopians came into contact with Saudi police, who are the Saudi guards. And what the Saudi police did is that they opened fire, on the civilians. These are civilians who are, fleeing to Saudi Arabia in search of, a better life. Because at the time, Ethiopia has been experiencing economic issues. But these people, the Saudi guards, they opened, fire on the black people, and they killed hundreds of black people in just one incident. And this goes to show how, Arabs consider the black people, and they hold us in a lot of contempt, yeah? But whenever they have issues, now, we have to express solidarity with them. No, life has to be about solidarity. And if they really want the support of black people, they also should, make a decision to support us whenever we are experiencing any difficulties. And that's all for today. If you want to watch more of this content, make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Goodbye.